Hi, I'm Daniel Fehe. I'm from Hungary, but I live in Berlin, and I'm the chair of the network Unconditional Basic Income Europe.
Very good. What is the principal purpose of today's meeting?
We came here to Budapest today to see where the idea of basic income stands in Europe, where the discussion about it stands, to see what concrete policy proposals we have that based on this idea, and to discuss what we need to do so these ideas can become political reality in Europe.
Very good. A large part of this meeting is dedicated, on the weekend, to the Citizens' Initiative about the basic income. Is it already decided to launch the campaign, and what kind of basic income scheme does it want to propose?
It's not decided yet. That's why we meet here with the network tomorrow and on Sunday to discuss the pros and cons, difficulties, chances with such a campaign. You know, the European Citizens Initiative is let's say a mixed weapon, so it can, of course, you can address a lot of people, but it also needs lots of resources, organizational capacity, and at the present it's also a very weak political tool, so it doesn't force the European Union to do anything, just the fact that you have succeeded collecting 1 million signatures. So we need to discuss this, if this tool fits our strategic goals, if that's the best tool to promote basic income in Europe and bring it closer to reality. And if we decide to do this, of course, also the question is what exactly are we going to demand? And that's also still an open question for now. We have different proposals. We want first to focus not so much on the proposals, but first to discuss some criteria, so that good proposal, a good campaign idea has to fulfill. But for example, what we discussed today, a lot around the idea of euro dividends, so a partial European basic income that all European citizens would receive from the EU. That could be, for example, included in a demand for this campaign.
Very good. In 2013, there was a citizens' initiative about the basic income. Why would you repeat it again, and what didn't work in the last time?
I would say the situation is quite different today. So I think also the discussion around basic income has progressed a lot. There are a lot more people who know about this proposal, who support this idea. We have also more possibilities to reach people. So when the first European Citizens Initiative was done, it was when this tool came into force, and it had a lot of starting difficulties. So actually we could not collect the signatures for 12 months because the online signature gathering tool did not work in the beginning. So also there is a reform process going on European level. At some point in the near future there might be reforms to the ECI so that it becomes more effective and less cumbersome to collect the signatures. We need to take this all into account when deciding to start the campaign.
Very good. A citizens' initiative requires to collect 1 million signatures in at least 7 countries of the European Union. Your network counts on sufficient activists and with the necessary help of other organizations and social movements in order to carry out such an activity?
Definitely. I mean, if you say, well, 1 million signatures compared to 500 million Europeans might be not that much, then you most likely have not tried to collect that many signatures yet. It's a huge challenge, we know that. It's not something that our activists alone can do. We need, of course, allies, and that's part of the challenge. We are going to discuss how to plan this campaign, whom to ask to join the campaign, and what could be the reasons for others to join this campaign. So yes, I think we need a big alliance, but I think there are also good chances. So there are many movements or also political parties and other organizations around Europe who could have an interest in bringing this campaign forward for a more solidarity within Europe, for a more social Europe.
Very good. And finally, is there a specific reason why Budapest was chosen as the host for this event, and not more developed countries where the network is more developed, like in Germany, Holland, France, or Spain?
Yes, partially. We also choose it for practical reasons, because we knew that there are organizations here who are interested in organizing this weekend together with us and can be of practical help. But it's also a sign exactly to those countries where the movement is not that developed yet. So I think our job as a European network is to support more those initiatives, movements in countries that need our help, and not so much the networks that are already strong.